All right, welcome everybody to the fourth episode of the Versatility Podcast, and I'm your host Juelz. Woo! And, and this is my guest again for the second time. What's your name?
Jalen, I'm back
Oh,
again.
yeah, that's his name. His name is Jalen. Everybody,
Yes,
great guy.
sir.
a lot of Jalen's in the world, but he's the one we're highlighting today. Uh, but hope everybody's doing well today. You doing well, man?
Bro, I'm doing excellent.
Excellent.
Happy, blessed, alive. So, in this crazy world that we live in right now, it's good to be
Yeah,
smiling and happy still.
yeah. It's good to be black.
Facts. Facts.
It's good to be black today. Wow. That just kind of just the what's the elephant in the room? The Capitol building, like.
Capitol building, bro. Dude,
uh,
dude, that was insane.
Thursday, right?
It was Wednesday.
Thursday,
Wednesday.
Thursday.
No, it was Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday.
Was it?
Yeah, because yeah, it definitely was Wednesday because I dropped the T on Thursday. So
Oh,
yeah, so it happened
damn.
Wednesday. That was insane, bro.
Man.
That
I,
was literally insane.
I just remember like I saw something on Twitter. I think I saw something on Twitter, or I think my guy Tracy sent something in one of the chats we're all in,
Mm-hmm.
and I just see, yeah, people storming the Capitol building, Trump supporters, and I just was like, what? I'm sorry. I'm like, you can do that? Like, it's
That's what
like,
I'm saying, bro. I was running errands, and I look and I have my phone up on the dash because I have like the little the holder for it, and it recognized my face, and I see Twitter. It says the Capitol building has been rushed, and I'm like, I just lose my mind. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what happened? And then I'm in the parking lot to park to where I'm going, and I go on Twitter, and I'm just in my car, like, this is insane. Like, this is unseen before. Like, this is insane.
this is history, bro.
Like, it's not like I don't know how to respond to it because it's just so crazy. Like, that really happened in our lifetime.
I I just I'm just at this point I'm not even like a lot of people were like, man, I'm like no, some people I would say like older people like they were like
Mm-hmm.
surprised and stuff, but I think people like our age at this point we're just like I mean like what's next at this point to me? That's how I think about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was taken aback at first, like wow, they really did that. But once I like thought about it, I was like, I mean, it makes sense. Like like they've been doing literally like everything they want. I mean, earlier in 2020, we're in 2021 now. Who would have thought it's still the same BS of 2020? But um I remember there was this one married couple, white married couple, whatever, that
Oh,
had
the
guns in
gun.
front of the
Yeah.
Capitol building, and they didn't subdue them, or maybe they did afterwards, but it took them a while to do so, if anything. And I'm just like, well, if they can do that, then of course there's a whole bunch of other people who look like them, or think the same way as them, that think they could do whatever they want as well and practically get away with it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened. I mean, cops literally let them in. Like, I saw the videos. We've all
Dude,
seen the videos.
that video, they literally pulled back the barricade. I'm just like, it's like,
I'm like,
yo,
this is
yo,
wild.
is wild right now.
Oh, but it was
Did
just
you
like,
see
and
that?
then, huh?
Did you see that the people who were stealing stuff got arrested today?
They
The
did.
dude who stole the podium got arrested. The dude with the face paint called the FBI himself and gave himself up. The one dude like shirtless, face painted with the hat. I was like,
Mhm.
dude, those Trump supporters are insane. I'm like if you think like that and you've been debating this election since November 3rd, you're insane.
And
Like
yeah,
this man Biden has won the election 35 times at this point.
Exactly. I feel like every week it's like Biden has won the election. Biden has actually officially won Pennsylvania now. Biden officially wins Georgia now because they did the revote or whatever.
Yeah.
We talked about that last time. They
Mhm.
Biden officially wins I don't know whatever other state or whatever. I'm just like, listen, we waited a whole like 5 days at first for original announcement projection. Then
Mhm.
it's literally been almost 2 whole months now, and I'm still getting news like Biden is now officially president. Biden's officially president. I'm like, listen, we know it's Biden. Trump wouldn't be suing all these dang places
And
if he
lose
knew
every
that he
single.
didn't lose. And I mean, that's it. What speaks to me the most out of this is that these people are mad because of a vote and they're
Right.
acting this out of pocket. Imagine if they were a victim of genocide or a victim of like actual victims. Let's just say actual victims. Then how
Like
would they
police
react?
brutality. Like, bro, like, all right, for instance, right? Remember when Black Lives Matter, right? After George Floyd and all that, and all those, and Breonna Taylor and everybody in the summer, we were marching in Washington, D.C., remember?
Yeah.
And there's pictures. They
Yep.
had the National Guard surrounding the Capitol building.
Yep.
Where was that on Wednesday? Y'all
I
knew
don't
this
know.
was happening and
They
did not
did.
do.
They did.
They had Facebook groups about it, Reddit posts, QAnon posts. Dude, those QAnon
TikTok, the
people,
little TikTok
they
girls
yeah,
are saying
just
like,
wait.
wait till these. I saw one thing to say is that wait till these liberals see what's happening on, on Wednesday or whatever. I'm like, you guys are wild. At least black people are like keeping it in house when they go out and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I'm just like, can y'all just be a little more like I don't know, secretive about it? Like it's like it's blatantly out there, and you didn't even properly prepare for it. But then black
Mhm.
people, they announced the Jacob Blake verdict, like we talked about last episode. They announced the Jacob Blake verdict. They send the National Guard like that, like snap of a finger, and
Before,
he's right there. So it's just
right?
like, what does it take for you to realize that we are not your enemy as much as y'all are your own enemy at this point? We just want real justice, and y'all asking for a vote to be recounted when voter fraud. They said it's like a 0.0001% chance of it actually like super
Right.
happening at like I don't know. I gotta look at the stats again, but like I'm like, y'all literally just believing whatever propaganda that he says. If he says that pigs fly, you guys will swear that pigs fly. That's ridiculous.
That's why he got banned off Twitter,
That's the other thing I was gonna
dude.
bring up. How you get banned on Pinterest?
Bro, I saw that. I saw that thing on. I saw that screenshot from Fox where it said every website that man was banned from. I was like, that is insane. How you get banned from TikTok? Wasn't you trying to ban TikTok like 4 months ago, bro? And they banned you. Like that is insane.
How you get banned from TikTok before you can ban TikTok? And you was trying so hard. And I swear they officially, not swear, but they said they banned TikTok like 3 or 4 times. And I'm like, I still have the app on my phone. I
Right.
still see it on the app store. I'm seeing these TikTokers continuously, because my friend is a TikToker. Like I've seen them continuously be like, yeah, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram and YouTube also, because we don't know when this is gonna end. I'm seeing every few weeks, like they got the TikTok live saying, oh my gosh, it's about to be over. I'm like,
Bro,
dang. Next thing I know, the app is still here. I'm like, what's going on? And then now he get banned by TikTok. I'm like, that's
tough.
you reap what you sow, man.
Okay, but how do you feel about people on the left saying, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're a Republican. If the president gets banned off Twitter, what makes you think they're not coming for you? How do you feel about that? Because for me personally, when people say that, it's like I'm not the one telling people to go be a militia and go shoot at protesters and stuff like that all summer long when people are protesting peacefully and telling people to go march for injustice and voter fraud and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to promote my shirts and stuff on Twitter. What would make
Wait.
me
Okay,
get banned?
hold on. Can you back up and say that again?
Yeah.
I need to process what you said
Okay.
again.
So basically, Trump got banned off Twitter, right?
Right.
And so basically, he got banned for like how he talks recklessly about
And spreads propaganda.
spreads basically false information, and then his crowd eats it up. You know.
You're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you broke up right there. Say that last part
Okay.
again. You just said how he basically
Oh.
spreads Twitter propaganda or whatever.
Okay, so basically on Twitter, he just says whatever he wants. His base eats it up ever since election day, right? You go to his. I don't know if you've ever gone to his Twitter, but it says this tweet may have false information or something.
Yeah, they've done that a lot recently in the last few months.
Because he just says whatever he wants without no regard of whether it's true or if it's not.
And he's a public figure, big public figure, the president.
Right, he's the president. But people on the left are saying, if they ban the president, what makes them think that they're going to silence your speech? I'm like, well, one, I'm not the president. I don't have a whole nation to look over, right? And two, I'm just trying to promote me and my stuff and my people. So why would I get banned?
Okay, I hear them, but how often do people actually get banned for spreading?
Right.
How often does that even happen? I mean, there's a lot of people who say like reckless things like all the time. They don't get banned. It's the fact that he's the president and he just says whatever he wants, and there's no etiquette or no grace. What's the word? Gracefulness to how he does things at all. Like, it's just, I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with the tweet, but I'm just saying, like, there's no refinement. He just says whatever he wants, whether it's real or not, or whether it's true or not. I think that's just
it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. We see what happened at the Capitol. Like that's just a product of it. I think that was like the last straw for everybody. Everybody for Twitter and all these other places. They're just like, listen, Annie's about to be out of office. Apparently they're trying to impeach Trump again. I just saw something like that on the news. Yeah. They're trying to impeach him again. And a lot of senators, they said after the Capitol, a lot of the senators that were in there, especially, they flipped on Trump in terms of like wanting to recount the votes. So they said they didn't. Yeah, they said they didn't want to. They wanted to recount the votes, but after the Capitol incident, they're like, nah, forget all that. Like, we see this firsthand. They said one of the senators who was in there trying to protect one of the other lady senators, was a guy senator trying to protect the lady senators. He had like flashbacks of war, because he used to go to war in Afghanistan. So he had flashbacks of war. He was like, this is not some regular protest. He legitimately, he said he had like a pen in his pocket. He had a pen in his pocket, and he was thinking about fighting his way out of there with just a pen in his pocket. And they're lying on the ground and stuff. Like, this is real. Like, people say, you could say it's a protest all you want. That's a terrorist attack. And no, that's terrorist. He fought in Afghanistan. So and he knows what terrorists and all that stuff is. And I mean, I don't want to get into Afghanistan war and all that stuff, because I don't whatever. But like, he knows what fighting and all that stuff is about. And that, he said, that's not anywhere near civil, not a protest or anything like that. And then to bring it back to Black people, I mean, like, we get shot just for shouting no justice, no peace.
Right.
Like, it's just amazing to me that they just made it to the front gate still at the end of the day, man. That's
remember in the summer when Trump was saying, when the looting starts, the shooting starts?
Yep.
Man, these white folks, excuse my language, but these white folks was running up in the Capitol, stealing the podiums, bro. Podiums, paperwork. They were stealing Nancy Pelosi.
Yes.
Pelosi's
they stole her laptop. Bro,
that is insane. And guess what? They got out of there. They got out of there. They only got arrested. That's insane.
Safely. And I don't want people to. Well, for me, I can't speak for you, but For me, like, I don't care if you're Republican or Democratic.
No.
Or Democrat. I could care less, if I'm being honest.
Right.
I don't. I'm just about what's right,
Mm-hmm.
especially in this case. And I know what's wrong is Donald Trump.
Right.
It just goes against a lot of things that God stands for. And I'm a Christian first at all times. And it just goes against my morality just as a person. You know, it's just, I think common sense needs to just play a factor after a while. And he just doesn't even the worst of presidents throughout history have had common sense. He doesn't even have common sense. That's my issue with him. He may have done a few good things, but a few good things do not outweigh the tremendous
Amount of
bad that he's done, whether that's in the presidency or even before that. And that's just where it's at for me. After this election, I feel like we'll go back to regular Democratic, Republican, but it's not going to be as excessive. I think it's going to be hopefully. I hope it goes back to like, okay, if the other side wins, then okay, it's not as bad, but I'm not going to like totally almost kill you over it. I just feel like there's so much animosity now because of what the division that he's caused. And I shouldn't feel like I'm endangered because of a political belief that someone else has. Like, if I go into the country as a black man and I see Trump flags waving, and I'm driving at night by myself or with like a girl or like just or like one or two other people, I feel like my safety is in danger. That is what Donald Trump has done. That is what he has done. At least before he became president, like I still wouldn't feel as safe. But now when I see the Trump flags on top of it, I feel like my life is literally in danger. And that's my issue. Like, it's just it's the simple things. It really is like the simple things. And man, I just want him out of office. Like, just can we please at least be able to start something new with Biden and Kamala Harris? Like,
but
please.
Honestly, after the 6th, I don't know if the inauguration is going to be anything peaceful after the 6th, because I've seen stuff on Instagram and Twitter that they're planning another protest, quote unquote protest on the 20th. So I'm just like, well, I mean, if they're crazy enough to storm the Capitol, God forbid something else worse might happen. So it's like, who really knows what's going to happen?
And who's to say that they're even going to strengthen security? I feel like they're just going to let it, or at least some people who are there are going to help them let it happen, just like last time. What do why does it even taking the FBI this long to like subdue these people? It was on video. The whole thing, they're bragging about it on social media. We didn't even brag about it when we was doing protests and stuff. When we looted stuff, they looted the nation's capital and they're bragging about it, saying this patriotism. That's just not, that don't sit right with me. And that really does not sit right with me. And we get tear gassed and rubber bullets through our eyes and stuff. Talking about rubber bullets are safe and stuff. I'm seeing them leaving huge knots on people's heads. Some people can't see no more after it, go blind afterwards, and they just walk up to it's frustrating, but it's something we're so used to that we don't even like express our feelings on it anymore, because it's just like, bro, like,
man, they said more help to that Target. Remember that Target that got set on fire during the George Floyd protest? They said more protection out for that than the nation's capital.
Probably at this point, there was more protection out there for freaking I don't even know. Like a college campus has more protection than the Capitol building did. A college, I'm talking about like a open campus one, like one that's open to the whole public. That has more security than the Capitol did.
Dude, that's insane. Man, we got any like lighthearted topics after that? Because that one's draining, bro.
It's beyond frustrating, man.
Yeah,
And it's
but
yeah, that's just how it is, bro.
we just gotta pray. We just gotta pray for those people and pray for our nation. Shoot,
Pray for pray. Just pray.
just yeah.
Just pray, please. Pray, please. But
Pray and wear your mask.
wear your mask, please.
Yeah,
Even if you might not like it, because it can save someone else.
man. Did you, bro? None of those Trump
No,
supporters
no,
were wearing
no,
masks.
not a single one. Not a single one. It's I know we're laughing and stuff, but it's just it's so just ridiculous that it's just laughable. Like we're just laughing because it's just like what I don't know what else to do at this point.
Right.
Again, but we're just gonna push that to the side or whatever.
Yeah, let's get some lighthearted topics up in here.
But I did have a question.
Okay.
I saw on Twitter. So it's this guy on Twitter. I think he went to Harvard. His name is this is not his Twitter handle, but it's like one of his names on Twitter. It says avuncular philosopher. I don't even know. He said, I think the thing that stuck with me the most from last semester is when Dr. Carr asked them, when did Africans stop being African once they got to the Americas? Like, just I kind of sat with me a little. I was like,
Right.
oh.
So what stopped African people from being African once they got here? Is that the question, basically?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's a deep thought. That's a deep
that's a deep question. Because if you want to get to the roots, when we were brought here, whether to South America, Central America, or North America, it's Caribbean. People were brought to Caribbeans first, and then slowly brought upward as the years kind of went by. I mean, they were kind of beat out of it,
right?
Because of assimilation. They were forcefully changed. They had to eventually learn English. English, your European language. And I feel like it was just a constant change. I'm sure people are still have their traditions and stuff, but just think about it like this: how many of us actually know our heritage?
Right.
Like as a black,
us.
Yeah.
I don't know what our grandpa is like. I don't know where we come from.
I have no idea. The furthest that I know is that my grandma moved from the South to up north here. She lived in the South for a long time and went to college up here. That's all I know. I mean, then, in terms like that's as far as I know. I know there's other like, Caucasian people who know like a lot. Like, they know a lot because, they were able to track their history, keep sending things down over and over and over again, while us Black people or African people, well, our culture was destroyed. It was left in Africa. And we brought here dang near naked, and not dang near naked. We're naked. We're naked on the slave ships.
Right.
Your family was separated from you. If you had kids, they would usually end up being, separated from each other to prevent revolt. So it's insane. So I mean, I think it happened when like that first set of offspring kind of came. To answer the question, I think it'd been when the first set of offspring kind of came, because that offspring was probably separated from their mothers and fathers, so they didn't know how to be African.
Because once you get that, the first ones who came right in the slave ships, they have their kids. The slave masters take the kids away, and then those kids don't know anything but to be a slave, right? So it's like
exactly.
It's sad, but it's like I've like always wanted to figure out like, yo, like where do we come from? Like me, I'm mixed, right?
Exactly.
I know that my mom's mom is from El Salvador, right?
Right.
My grandpa's from El Salvador, right?
Right.
But I go to my dad's side, right? Don't know where my grandma, she was born in Milwaukee. My grandpa was born in Milwaukee. That's all I know.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
all I know.
That's literally it. Because after our grandparents, their mothers or fathers or whatever
Mm-hmm.
were or maybe their siblings or something like that was maybe slaves potentially, or at
Like,
least were just gained free, or like their parents, which would be great grandparents or whatever, they got um they either just gained freedom, so they just were starting to like find their new lives.
man, that is so crazy. School, like, they really try to make you think that slavery was so long ago.
It no, it's
It
like
really,
three
it's
four
really
generations.
right. Like, it is insane how, you know, I've seen videos where it's like, Martin Luther King like isn't like that old. Like if he was alive today, he would be like 80.
Exactly. it,
And
it
it's
was
like they
not
try to
that
make it seem like this was hundreds of years ago and it's been okay since. Man, it
whitewashed.
make, exactly. It makes sense why we're still fighting today because it wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't. So the hate in people's hearts, like the racist people, there's a lot of, just racist people from those times who they haven't really changed their hearts. They just kind of slowly assimilated. That
Mhm.
doesn't mean their feelings have changed. And that hate that they harbored in their hearts, misplaced hate for no reason, because we haven't done anything, haven't done anything. They continue that into their children and then their children's children. And it's just a constant cycle of hate. And then us black people, well, I mean, a lot of us are gonna not, let me say this right. We're gonna not like them because they don't like us.
Right.
Like, that's because it's like, why would we like somebody that doesn't like us? Now,
Mhm.
me personally, I try to love everybody, try to spread God's love and all that fun stuff, right?
Mhm.
But that's easier said than done when you're hated just for being a skin color.
Right. That is so crazy. And it's sad because those same people are the same people that are writing laws for us citizens. Those people who learned those racist ways from their parents and their grandparents passed on are the same people that are writing laws and putting laws in place for us and holding us back more and pushing their people up because
General
it's still
people.
it's still it's still relevant today and it's sad.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, black people have go to jail more for larger for larger sentences for like small crimes.
The same crimes.
Same crimes. Same
Like
crimes.
a black person and a white person can commit the same crime, and a white man can get probation, and a black man can get 15 to life. It's like
15 alive. That's really interesting. I've never understood that. It's like 15 to life, or like, oh, 50 years, but then to life. It's just like to add the extra thing on it. Yay, 50 years. Wait, no, but it might to life. I'm like, what? Like it's like I have a chance to be out, but it's still like to life. So,
mhm.
potentially.
You're you're serving 3 life sentences. Have you heard that one before?
No, I have not.
I've seen people serve 3 life sentences before. Reading it on paper, I'm like, what does that even mean? Like,
Three
how do you
life?
serve?
How do you serve 3 life
Yeah, what
sentences?
is like 3 life sentences? Because a life, how long is a life? Most
Average
people,
lifespan, I think it's increased to like maybe 67. What's
okay,
the
but
average
that's
lifespan?
but somebody's life can be 2, 3 years. I'm just trying to troll,
Uh,
bro. I mean,
I know, bro.
a life sentence is what qualifies a life. A full life, a half life.
What? A life sentence in most of the United States, a life sentence means a person in prison for 15 years with the chance for parole. It can be very confusing to hear a man sentenced to life, but then 15 years later, they are for what?
Okay, so basically, it's a minimum 15 years. So that's what it sounds like to me. It's a minimum 15 with a chance of parole. But if you don't get parole, you're in prison for the rest of your life. Is that what you
Okay,
mean?
I see. Okay, I see. You can get a life sentence and it's with or without parole though. So you're always basically under their eye at
Right.
all times. so that's what they mean by a life. Okay. Okay. And then if you don't get parole, then you're just stuck there forever. All right. Well, it's either way, it's still messed up. It's definitely messed up. But wow. Man, that's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right.
That was a deep question, though. That was a good question.
Yeah, it definitely got the wheels turning a bit.
Yeah, especially this late at night. Shoot.
Yeah, it's 12:22 over here, bro. Like that Milwaukee, it's that central time, man.
It's only 10:22 over here, and I'm tired.
Over there in California, love. Doom, 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 doom.
It don't even seem like California. It's so gloomy outside.
For real?
Foggy. Yeah, over here. Well, at least over here, it's foggy. Fog didn't clear up till about 2 o'clock today.
What's the temperature out there?
It's about, I want to say about 45, 50.
45, 50?
Yeah.
Is it usually that cold around this time?
It depends. Over here in Fresno, yeah, it gets pretty cold. It gets like 30 sometimes. But like LA is usually like 60, 70, 80.
Year round.
Yeah.
Year round.
I've never been to, I've only been to the Bay a couple times, so I can't really tell you about the weather up there.
Yeah, no, that's insane. We get I think our record was like negative 20, but plus the windshield, it felt like negative 40.
Heck no.
Oh my gosh. We had to cancel school because it was so cold.
Man, it'd be 40, it'd be like 40 degrees when I go outside to warm up my car for work. I probably got on a jacket and like another jacket, and I'm still cold. And it's 40
sorry. I'm sorry. If you have two jackets on in 40-degree weather, then you do not need to come out here at all. You will die. Yeah. Like you will die.
That's why I came in the summer.
Oh my god.
It was hot too.
That's why no one ever want to come here.
And man, it was literally 80 degrees and it was mad humid outside.
Oh, where?
When I was there in Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. When it's hot because that humidity is like it's just like it's just packing on top of you. So it's just you don't even have a chance to breathe really. Just imagine hooping in that. Like that's what we have to hoop in. You know, playing outside and stuff. You just be like you get to gasping for air.
Water, yeah. Man. And then you get negative 20 in the winter. I could never.
Yeah, it's been relatively cool this year. I mean, that's global warming's been something different recently. We had like a 80-degree day in November.
Dang.
Yeah, like 80 degrees. That doesn't happen. Like, it just doesn't happen. 60. I remember for like a whole week, it was like 60 degrees in November, and it was just like, how is this even happening in the first place? I mean, I was grateful, I got to play outside a little more, got to hoop a little, go for a walk or or something like that, or fresh, be a little refreshing. But it was just like that's weird to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And the polar bears over there just those poor polar bears, man. They over there ain't got nothing to stand on and stuff, man. I be feeling bad, but I be like, dang, it's nice over here right now. Like I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. It's sad. It's a sad sight to see, man.
We need to stop polluting our home, bro.
Pollute. I
Sad.
mean,
It ain't our home, but for the time being.
Well, you talking about just Earth in
Like
general?
yeah, Earth in general. We just need to take care of it more.
I mean, dude. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Like honestly, I don't even know. Like, I don't know what I can do personally. I do my part. I try to recycle everything. I try to, you know, uh, I just recycle. But it's like, what else can I really do? I really don't know.
I mean, I think the best thing we all could do is tell people not to throw things out their own window when they don't feel like go to garbage can.
Oh, I hate that so much.
I see it every day, and it's frustrating because then I don't know you, or like I'm just like there's a garbage can literally like right around the corner or something like that. Like why can't you just grab it, put it in a cup holder, or just anywhere, and just wait till you get home? Or even if you forget about it, at least it's not just sitting on the ground and then just polluting the air as a whole. At least you're just waiting until you remember to throw it away. It's like it's like that simple thing right there would help a lot, but nobody wants to do it. It's too much. It's too much. With air quotes, whatever. It's too much. It's really not that hard. You can be patient. And the worst thing that I hear people say is when they're like, well, me doing it one time is not going to help save the earth. Okay, but it's damaging it though at the same time. Like, if you do it, you're just adding, if you're not a part of the solution, then clearly you're the problem. I'm not messed up in thinking, right? Like it's not hard to understand. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be at all. Wow. All right. Yeah, you got any other topic though?
Let me see if I got anything. I mean, well, we was talking about how the NBA did a good job of COVID, and then 2 days later, Tatum and six Philly players get it.
Yeah, that was really quick. I mean, I kind of knew it wasn't gonna go as well because with basketball they're traveling constantly, and with football it was more so every week. And it's easier to control because they're only going somewhere once, whereas in the NBA you can go somewhere. You can go to 3 different cities in the span of a week, and so you're able to get exposure much quicker, and it's real easy to get exposure to COVID and stuff. And then so like tonight, I guess yesterday for me, the Sixers played with 8 players. You only need a minimum of 8 to play in a game, I think. So I don't even know what you're supposed to do. You want to cancel it, but then if you cancel it, you have to reschedule it. And if you reschedule it, that means that's even more travel at the end of the, because you're probably gonna have to end it. I mean, you're probably gonna have to substitute it in like the middle end of the season. So it
sucks. Like as NBA fans, it kind of sucks, that we can't see teams to their full potential. Especially right now, like with Tatum getting his groove in, like
balling.
Dude scoring 30 at night, and now we can't watch him play for 10 to 14 days.
Exactly.
It sucks.
And you see, that's football. They're just missing like 1, maybe 2 games. I mean, I know 1 or 2 games is important, but I mean, I'd rather do that than miss. In NBA, you could play like up to 6,
4 or 5 games
to 8 games in the span of 2 weeks, depending on what your schedule is. Imagine if you got back-to-backs, then you get 2 days off, then you got another set of back-to-backs. That's all in 1 week. Because that's 6 days. Then you got the same thing next week. That's that's 7. That's like 7 games, 7, 8 games that you're missing out on, and you could fall behind really easily in 7 to 8 games in NBA.
Right.
And so that's why that's why it's important to have a good bench, and it's important to have a good bench in the regular season. Not as much the playoffs, but definitely in the regular season.
So is like Philly gonna have to play with 8 players for the next 10 to 14 days or what?
Well, Embiid and Simmons are able to play next game. Embiid
Right.
and Simmons were out because of a injury or whatever. I think it was they just BS that, but
Low
I
management.
guess they had an injury or whatever. Low load management. But I think that they'll be all right regardless. Tyrese Maxey bought out though. He had 39, or 38, which is like, oh, you just got to steal. So I mean, they'll be all right because the young guys get time and stuff. Helps people be prepared, especially like if playoffs somebody get injured. So now they got a little experience under their belt, so they be ready when their name is called on. Just like what KD said, said that last time. Next man up, and keep it pushing.
And shout out to LaMelo tonight for being the youngest player to ever record a triple double.
Youngest player ever to record.
Dude, that seems like it's every season.
At this point, yeah,
it feels like it's every season.
because Lonzo beat LeBron in 2017 for it. Then Markelle Fultz beat Lonzo at the tail end of that same season, because Lonzo did it at like the beginning of the season, and then Luka was like, he's like 3rd or 4th youngest when he got his triple double, and then and now LaMelo did it, beating his brother and Luka and and Markelle Fultz. Yeah. He's gonna be really nice, but it's kind of reminding me of how kind of Lonzo will have like these little sparks of him like having really good games his rookie year.
Yeah, rookie year.
But I think LaMelo's more confident than Lonzo in terms of, and he doesn't have any star players on his team, so he'll have more opportunity. Well, he has Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier. He's flaky or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't watched any Charlotte games. Is he coming off the bench?
LaMelo's coming off the bench.
That's crazy.
Devontae Graham is playing like crap, but they still start Devontae Graham. I don't understand it. LaMelo Ball should be starting. He's a better facilitator. He's a better scorer as of right now. Devontae Graham was on fire at the tail end of last season, actually the most of last season, but he can't hit a shot if someone's life was on the line at this point. So I would say put in LaMelo Ball, please, so we can see him ball out. Don't make the same mistake that like kind of Luke Walton had, where like you staggering people's minutes because you want everybody to be happy. No, you play whoever the best player is. And right now, LaMelo is one of your best players, and he deserves to start. And plus, I feel like Devontae Graham would probably be better off the bench right now because he can find his shot and find his rhythm with that second unit, especially because LaMelo is a ball handler. He would do well on the first unit because they have a whole bunch of scorers like Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward, or I think Miles Bridges starts as well. And then Biyombo, he can set up Biyombo and stuff. And I'm pretty sure he's a better facilitator than Devontae Graham, who's primarily a scorer. So I feel like he'd be better. And then Devontae Graham could probably end up winning like a 6-man of the year type stuff. I feel like that'd be more ideal for Charlotte. And Charlotte has a lot of guards anyway, but they be running like these small ball guard lineups and stuff. Yeah. So, it's whatever. Either way, they got a nice team. Jordan finally did something right for once.
Other than playing.
I'm talking about as an owner.
GM-wise. Yeah.
Jeez, GM-wise, man. Man's been trying to get a center for the last 5, 6. No, not even 5, 6 years. Forever. He's been trying to get a center, and he still can't find a center. Sad sight to see. He thought Biyombo was the one. Man, he was wrong. You remember when Biyombo went off in the conference finals with the Raptors when they lost 4-2 to LeBron?
LeBronto, yeah.
Not that one. That was like 20. It was in 2016. It was 2016. They lost in 6 games to Cleveland. Kyrie and Kevin Love were still on the team at the time, and Biyombo like filled in for Valanciunas, I think, and he just went off. And that's how he ended up getting that. And it was right in time for that year when everybody was getting paid them super big contracts. Like Scrubs are getting big contracts and stuff. So that's why Jordan threw them the money. So it was just like, dang, that's tough.
You excited for the football game tomorrow on Nickelodeon?
Wait, what? It's on Nickelodeon?
Yeah, the Saints. I forget who the Saints played. The Saints.
Bears.
The Saints Bears game is on Nickelodeon.
It deserves to be on Nickelodeon. The Bears gonna get their butts kicked.
Let's hope so, because right now it's a tie between me and Kobe. So that's the game that decides who takes the lead. So I don't know why you chose the Bears, to be honest with you.
Wait, somebody chose the Bears?
Kobe.
I'm just gonna let that be. But for those who don't know, we do like a little football pool, whatever. So you just choose who wins and stuff. We all put in some money, whatever. And I'm sorry, he chose the Bears.
I promise you, he
didn't.
I gotta look this up because he said that 1 o'clock game is going to. Oh, but he's probably talking about 1 o'clock your time, not 1 o'clock my time.
No, bro, there's no way. There's no way he chose the Bears. There's absolutely no way. I thought everybody chose New Orleans. There's no way he chose the Bears. Nobody chose. I thought everybody chose New Orleans.
Okay, yeah. He was talking about 1 o'clock your guys' time.
Oh, okay.
So that's Baltimore, Tennessee. Okay.
Baltimore, Tennessee. I got Lamar. Lamar's taking the. Lamar gonna take off. It's all right.
Henry, bro.
I believe in Lamar. Shout out to all my Baltimore people, man. Shout out to all my Baltimore people, especially that super fan MJ. that's my guy. Kamari,
man, I don't know. Baltimore in the playoffs is a little bit shaky.
Lamar can pass in the pocket right now, so I'm a believe in that.
Let's hope. But I'm gonna hope Derrick Henry has about 400 rushing yards.
Oh no, he's gonna have like 200 rushing yards. But I think Lamar and them gonna pull it out. They looking for revenge.
I don't think. I don't think Lamar. I don't know. I hope he does well, but I don't think they're winning in no playoff games anytime soon.
All right, you say that now. Watch.
I'm hoping. I need some lights for this set. I just got this green screen and stuff. I need some lights, so this 110 will come in handy.
No, man, you good, bro. I got this. I got this in the bag.
Hey, I won two this year. So
I won one, and it was magical. It was magical, audience.
It felt like we're in the finals.
Finals. All right. I wouldn't say that. It's like I won like a high school championship in the gym against my friends.
I won two, so
and that's all it felt like. But yeah, I think that about wraps up the podcast today. Just gonna goofing off.
We just talking now.
Yeah, just talking, man. But I appreciate everybody for checking out the episode today. It's a little harder episode towards the beginning, but I got a little lighthearted towards the end. So I appreciate everybody that stuck through. Shout out to all y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next time. Any last words, Jalen?
We'll see y'all soon. We'll see y'all soon. I don't know when I'm gonna be on next.
We'll see what happens. But peace, love, positivity. Shout out Bubba, and peace out.
God bless y'all.
God bless.